crypto pirates, welcome to your Discourse Syndicate. The captain here coming to you with all kinds of freaking excitement, man. This is getting bad as fuck. Bad as fuck. Dude, you guys in that chat room are impressing the shit out of me. Holy moly. So for those of you who don't know, there is a secret chat room. There's like a handful of people in there, and they are like the most brilliant motherfucking minds I have ever heard in all of crypto. I mean, these guys are coming up with some shit, man. I mean, they're putting the final touches on Pulse, and Richard put it together, I guess, and they're all in there chatting and just throwing some like serious mind-blowing shit in there, man. Like, there's this guy in there, Mangeb. He's freaking tearing it up. Malta. Who else? Crypto Contrarian. Papa B's even in there throwing down. I mean, there's like, but these guys are like, guys, my hat is off to you. You guys are some smart. We've got the smartest of the smart in freaking crypto, man. When it comes to throwing down the knowledge and coming up with game theory, Richard has assembled a freaking badass team of people. That's all I can say. So hats off to you guys. You guys are blowing my mind in there with that shit. I'm not even going to comment because I just feel like a freaking idiot talking with you guys in there tearing it up. So good work. It is time for the DS pump, guys. The green candles are showing up. Here we go. Let's see if we can get this thing pumped and get us moving into the positive territory. Get this thing moving, baby, moving. It's exciting. So anyway, let's see who's in the chat room and what's going on tonight. Got a cool guest. Somebody's coming out of the weeds, coming out of the gaming world. You guys all know him, Joker. He joined us early on from DLive. Hexo raided him one day, and he turned into a Hexagon. And his crypto journey, we'll talk about that this evening with him. But it's come full circle, and he's ready to make some announcements. So this is really, really cool. Let's say hello to everybody real quick. Hey, welcome, Nick Manis. What's happening? And April, welcome, April. I know she's a good friend and follower of the Joker, April Osborne. How you doing? Let's see. Baseline, welcome, and Nick Manis. And who do I get? The Canadian Witch. Hi, April. So they must be friends. What else we got in here? PulseChain, get your bags. $1 club. Hell yeah, $1 club. I love that. Chris Super, AZ. Who else is in here? Hexagon from Hexaco. Yeah, we're gonna make some memories in Hexaco. David Morales, what's up, dude? Party animal of the Hexagon party animal. You gonna go to Vegas, bro? Tell me you're going to Vegas. Yes, please tell me you're going to Vegas. Meltoni, Blackwing. Who else? Sammy Chica. What's up, Sammy Chica girl? She's tearing it up on the Twitters, guys. If you're not following Sammy Chica in the Twitters, you should be. D'Artagnan 8. Oh, hey, look, Gary's in there. Funny Jim. He's freaking in there too, tearing up the Pulse chat. So if you want to get some knowledge, Gary, Funding Jim is in there throwing it down with Motley. Him and Motley have been just ripping that room to shreds and throwing down. Oh gosh, man. Papa. Who else is in there? Crispy. Get pumped. Yeah, we're getting pumped, buddy. Identity Block. What's up? All right, all you guys. Hey, Jojo Walker. Thanks for the what is that? CA, is it Canadian? Yeah, Canadian, $5. Give it up for RG3 and his guest, the Joker. Hey, thank you, Jojo. Oh, I know Jojo. You're one of the Joker's friends too. He speaks often of you. And then, hey, April, thank you for the $9.99. Let's go, man. Look at we've got the Joker's crew in here dropping the freaking super chats. Thanks, April. We appreciate you guys for supporting the show here. You guys are awesome. All right. So without any further ado, you know what? I really wanted to get everybody. I'm still working on it. I cannot get this stupid Telegram to to come through, because I'd really like to get some of you guys on asking questions and talking live. I know some of you can and can't come on the stream, but I'd like to try and do that. I'm still trying to figure that out. Probably because I'm using StreamYard, I can't get the audio to work perfectly. But maybe if I go over to OBS, but then I lose some of my video capabilities. Anyway, this show is special because we let everybody on and we have guests, and it's kind of hard to do with just OBS, unless you just have one guy and another guy, and then it's okay. But once you start bringing other people on, like we do on Friday nights, it makes it tough. Maybe I'll just do OBS on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then we'll do the Friday night hangout. We'll just do StreamYard. That might work. That might be what we do. Thank you, Canadian Witch. We appreciate it. That's Canadian bucks, right? Thank you. That's a couple of toonies, right? A couple toonies and a half or something, right? All right. Hey, Silver the Antidote is in the house. Look at that. Good to see Silver out. It must be like 0 dark 30 in the morning for you, buddy. Glad to have you on the stream. And maybe just maybe we'll get Silver to come on the stream here in soon enough. One of the gems of our community, by the way, if you're not out there looking at Silver's content on YouTube, get out there and look him up on the YouTubes. He is like, I guess you could say he is the OG of chain analysis for Hex. He was out there whale watching before it was even cool, and laying it on us. And he's kept a good tab on all of the flow of financial energy in Hex, and he's got a great handle on it. So go out there and follow Silver the Antidote and look at some of his stuff. And what's cool is to go back and actually look at some of the things he was saying and how true all that came and what it did mean to Hex. So could have gamed yourself properly in the early days listening to some of Silver's stuff. So, and of course, Discourse Syndicate, because we've always laid it out there for you guys. As we learned it, we gave it to you, and you guys helped us to figure it all out on stream here live over the last year and some months. All right. So without any more wasted time here, just chit-chatting, I'm going to bring on our guest, my buddy. So just to let you guys know, Joker has become, not only is he part of the Hex community and whatnot, but he's become a good friend. We talk on a regular basis. We've become, fast friends, and it's been a pleasure knowing this guy and talking to him, talking crypto, and he helps me with the streams and I help him with crypto. So let me bring my buddy up, the Joker.
Hello there, Mr. Discourse Syndicate.
Look at this. The production value.
I have to do an entrance.
Well, welcome, my friend. Welcome. How you doing, buddy?
Doing really well. What's going on, RG3? How you doing? How's all the Hexicans doing?
Dude, the Hexicans are like on fire, bro. They are on fire. On friggin' fire. I'm stoked.
Bro, it's been a journey. And you know what's the funny thing about this whole thing, RG3?
Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it.
Can you just imagine the faces of those that fudded Hex, right? Like, the ones that are creating the BS in the background, like Peter McCormick and Tone Vase, like, it just
Well, they haven't had to eat the whole crow yet. They're like nibbling on his little crow toes right now, and
right.
I saw Novogratz even gave Richard some props the other day on Twitter live, so that was really cool to see. And we're gonna get our day, we're gonna get our due, and I mean, some of them will never come around because this whole Maxi thing has gone to a whole nother level now. This $50,000 Bitcoin has gone to their head, man. They are just like, they're so euphoric and so freaking, I mean, for instance, like so now Elon is like the most hated man in crypto now, and like not even 2 weeks ago, they were cupping his balls and slurping on him the other day. I mean, it was like he was like God to them, just 3 weeks ago. And now all of a sudden he's like the devil, Elon.
Yeah, I talk about him quite often on the Twitter space, He doesn't belong in crypto. Get out.
Everybody does. And there's no publicity is bad publicity. So, we can say whatever we want about him, making some bad decisions in his words and his FUD and his FOMO and all the stuff that he's done. But he did bring a lot of attention,
That's true. Yeah,
just like Sailor and even Schiff, like Peter Schiff, like everybody hates Peter Schiff, but he's like turned into like the joke out there. And all of this stuff is actually bringing attention to crypto, I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Because everybody ends up making their own decision, because when you really look at it, you're going like, wow, this is going to be a hedge against a lot of shit that's coming down the pipe,
Yeah. And, my thing is like, if anything, I give power to Elon for doing that. All right. I can yield. I can yield. But the simple fact that his voice literally has that kind of impact, geez, we're supposed to be decentralized, right?
Well, you're right. But I mean, it's about pop culture, and look at what they did to what was it, the GameStop thing. It was like anything that somebody can get behind and feel like they're sticking it to the man, or they're getting ahead, they're gonna FOMO into it, and when you have a voice behind it, it's really easy to get behind it and go, yeah. And I don't know, but no publicity is bad publicity. I'm excited about what happened to crypto this year. It's been awesome to see the market caps go up on everything, and although I am disgusted with the Doge thing, I admit it. I'm disgusted with the Doge thing. I'm disgusted with, how the NFT thing went. I don't think NFTs are necessarily a bad thing. There's probably a use case here and there. But the speculation and the $69 million NFT and all that bullshit is just like,
yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I smell money laundering, to be honest, but whatever. That's,
You are not kidding. I mean, the amount of these NFT websites that are coming out, it's like, what are we doing? like one got a kick and now everyone's wanting to do it,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's everybody chases the trend, because people, the trend is your friend, and people want to get involved in what is cool and popular and moving and shaking. And like my son's got all these buddies, and they all are on the Robinhood app, right? They're all on Robinhood, and they're all trading. And these kids are like, he's like, Dad, it's sad. It's so sick. These kids think that they're like, they're like day traders now. They're like, badasses, because they got an app that has like 3 stocks on it or whatever that they're.
Oh my gosh.
And my son is like, hey guys, there's this really cool thing my dad's told me about. It's called Hex Crypto. You stake it, and you put money away for a long period of time, and it's new, and it's moving really fast right now, and probably a good time to get invested in it. I'm putting some of my money in it. I'm not messing around with the stocks market, so, and they laughed at him and whatever. And my son is humble, dude. He's so freaking humble, and he won't say nothing to him about it. And I'm like, dude, have you showed him? He's like, well, I showed one guy. I just don't want to show him. And I'm like, don't worry, you don't have to show him and all that. But it sure is nice to know, right? He's like, yeah. He goes, they're all wrecked, Dad. They're all wrecked. Oh. I said, oh man. And my son, my 19-year-old son's done, extremely well. And more money than me and his mom want him to have, to be honest with you. And but he's good, and he's got his money put away. It's staked out, and he's cool with it. But I mean,
that's a smart way to do it, right?
It's just like everybody, now that you can trade on an app on your phone, everybody's a freaking trading genius now,
Right. Yeah. I mean, think about how like you used to trade back in the day. You had to go to like what is it, a stockbroker or
Oh
whatnot.
yeah,
I
bro.
mean, like,
pay big fees, and you had to have a brokerage account with them, and you had to get vetted, and and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it wasn't just something that you just did. It was like now you can just somebody could send you a link, and 5 minutes later you bought a stock, right? I mean, it's like, oh shit, really? And if you click on the link, you get a free $15 worth of trading or whatever.
yeah, like what is that? I mean, I seen something upwards to like $1,800 in like crypto, and I'm like, okay, like it's kind of weird, that they're giving away so much money, but is it really money?
Yeah, well, it's magical, mystical internet money, right?
It's monopoly money or something, right?
Well, I mean, it seems like now that everybody's learned that you can just kind of make money exist, and I blame it on the Fed. I blame it on the dollar. That so all you got to do is print it and say it's valuable, and okay, so crypto did it, and now look what we've got.
Man, that's crazy, man. That is pretty crazy that you could just write a code like in 2 hours, like they did with Doge, and it's like, yeah, and now it's like supposed to be this big currency, and the guy who created it even said like it was a joke. Like I really didn't have any plans for this.
Oh, hey, look, we got Robert from Puerto. Robert online from Puerto Rico. Thanks for the $10, dude. Appreciate you supporting the show. And my new home, Puerto Rico, my new found home. I'm getting things set up down there right now. It's damn cool. A couple months I'm gonna go down and visit and start kicking sand down there, buddy. So
you're doing it, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's the move.
I've started making preparations for it. It's already kind of a done deal. And I mean, I'm in the middle of the process now, but yeah, man, I'm going down there to PR, and like I said, I'm kicking sand. With or without Hex doing something totally amazing, I want to retire down there. I really do. It's just freaking
beautiful.
Everything that I've seen, and I mean, I've been doing all kinds of virtual tours of this, virtual tours of that. I every night, like before I go to bed, I watch 3 or 4 spearfishing videos from Puerto Rico just to watch them spearfish down there, because it's like freaking amazing.
Puerto Rico will definitely put a smile on your face. Right?
Oh man, that's just like my stuff, man. Spearfishing, surfing, hanging at the beach.
I mean, it kind of suits you. You're a pirate, right? I mean,
and that puts me back down in the Caribbean, right?
That's right.
With all of them, with Jack Rackham and all of and Blackbeard and
I
all
would
those guys.
kill to see you treasure hunt.
Hey, I got a metal detector. I'll be out there on the sand metal detector.
Oh my God, IRL stream, let's go.
I'm gonna grow dreadlocks, so I'll have my dreads, and so nobody will notice. Nobody will notice me,
Like that would be a great like IRL stream for you one day. Like it'll be a treat for the Hex kids, I think. Just having you with that metal detector, like getting stuff, like dude, that's fun.
So let's get into you, bro. Let's talk about the Joker and what he's done and why he's done what he's done. So you let's go back before you met the Hexicans and before you came, crypto guy and all that stuff. Tell me what got you into, the internet streaming and the gaming thing and what happened there. How does a dad, who works for the, well, I don't even get, do I even get to say?
Can. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Works for the government and, like Mr. Man, Mr. Dad. And how do you turn into this freaking Joker figure on the freaking and on streaming with games and shit? How did that occur, man?
My God, that's a long story. Hey, Hexikids, do you have time? So, back a long time ago. I mean, this goes back to like high school. I always loved film production. Loved film production. Loved clowns.
You're good at it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely puts a lot of time into this crap. But I ever since I was a kid, I always loved to do it. I loved acting, all that good stuff. And since I was a kid, I had some really, really, really fun times with friends and non-friends and all those kinds of people. So eventually, like, I used to be called the kid that would smile all the time, to the point where I had creases in my mouth, like here, right? So like my friends were like, I grew up in the ghetto, and they're like, yo, why are you smiling so much? Like, that's not tough. You got to smile less. And then eventually, when I was in high school, I lost all my friends due to a girl spreading rumors about me because I dumped her and I didn't want to be with her. Long story short, that situation, I said, you know what? I'm smiling a lot. All right, I'm a jester at that point, right? Because I didn't want to be a clown. I wanted to be a guy that makes you laugh, you know? Mm-hmm. So from then on, I was wild jester, right? So I was jester. I owned my own gaming community after I came out of the military, because I served in the Army as a military police officer. Figure that, the Joker, as a cop. But then again, in the movie, he was in like, as a fake cop and shot at the governor. But anyway, so that whole thing happened, and I got out of the Army, and I owned my own gaming community. I worked as a security guard for a while I was in college, and I was studying to be a psychologist. And during that time, I was wild jester, and I eventually got hacked. By hacked, meaning my community got some people who socially engineered their way into my community, and they ended up stealing all my shit. It was like 200,000 unique users on my website. It was a really, really hard time. Yeah, really sucked bad. But I kept my head up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go. And at that time, it was like the 2016, 17 era. Bitcoin was still low. The BitConnect era kind of happened. The bull market hit. And then I was like, I got to do something, right? I just want to do something online to occupy my time while I'm working. And that was because security guards, you have a lot of downtime. So I decided to start posting videos on YouTube. And on YouTube, it was great. I have like 6,000 subs or whatever. And then I went from YouTube videos to live streaming because I seen DLive through PewDiePie. Remember PewDiePie?
Yep.
So PewDiePie, he ended up shilling DLive, and I thought it was like the next best thing. I then, as I was approaching DLive, or before I signed up to DLive, I knew of a guy named Goose Wayne Batman from Dr. Phil. You remember? I think the Hexkins rated him.
Goose Wayne.
Yeah, Goose Wayne. He was just playing video games or whatever on DLive when you guys rated him. Well, he's a friend of mine, and we had a lot of words back and forth about content creation, all that stuff. And then, he did his own thing, and I started growing on DLive. It was great. The journey was fantastic in 2019. As soon as 2020 hit, a lot of things happened.
A lot of things happened. Henson Point, it's not really the website that you guys recognize anymore. I'm sure if you Google DLive, you can find a lot of news about it. Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and FUD it, but you can do your own research and enjoy, right? So all that things happened, whatever, and I eventually got banned off the platform. And unfortunately, because I was whistleblowing to New York Times and all that stuff. But during this time, during before that, wow, my fucking vocabulary, excuse me. Before that, mid 2020, I got raided by the Hexicans. Okay, I had no idea what Hex was. Okay, this was during the bear market. We didn't even enter the bull market just yet. Okay, it was kind of climbing to that point, but like everyone came in. I was watching goats fainting on DLive with my community, and Hexo came in and he raided me with about 100 somewhat odd people. I was blown away. And everyone's like, yo, you got to get into this fucking thing called Hex. And I'm like, well, I like cryptocurrencies. Well, tell me all about it. And then, they streamlined the information. It was like 5 minutes. And they're like, get a MetaMask wallet and go to this site and, go to Uniswap and swap it here. And I was just like going through the steps while I was streaming. It was bizarre. And then finally I got in. And Hexologist is like, yo, this is going to change your life. And I'm like, what does that mean? Can you kind of elaborate on that? He goes, listen, just watch my streams. And I'm like, okay. And then of course I met, you know, Discourse Syndicate and RG3, and I started opening up to all these different like content creators. And they're like, dude, you got to watch Richard Hart. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll do my own research, right? That's what you got to do in crypto. So I went and I watched him, and I'm like, dude, this guy is fucking cool. He's like really cool. And then I started seeing like his interviews of him wrecking people, and because people didn't believe in him and his product. And I'm like, that's my past. That I can see myself here, right? And then he's like, dude, you know, doing the self-help thing. And I'm like, I'm a psychologist. Dude, I'm fitting right in. And then I'm like, I got to invest. I need to fucking invest. And I went in and I sucked that shit. I was like, I put in bam, 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 dollar cost average. I was just hitting the fucking, getting the hex and staking as much as I could at the time, right? And I didn't have my kick-ass job that I have now. So I was just like, you know, like a little bit here, a little bit there, you know? And then, of course, I have some hexicans in my chat right now that are still my followers in you know, in my community. Some of them are content creators themselves, like Boomer, Canadian Witch, April. She does do some content as well. Jojo Walker Nation. You know, a lot of the people in the chat that you see there that are saying my name and saying, "Hey, Joker," those are, you know, people that became hexicans as well through my community, and they believe in the product, like stone cold, boom, right in their chest. They love hex because they see the value in it, right? When you see a cryptocurrency performing just as fucking well as hex, you can't just sit back and not acknowledge it. I mean, maybe if you're a Bitcoin maxi or a hater or a fudder or something, that, oh, it's a fucking Ponzi. And it's funny because like Richard Hart always says this, like in his tweets, tell me where this chart hurts you. Like, tell me where show me on the doll. Remember his last tweet? Show me on the doll where this chart hurts you. And I'm like, dude, this guy's a savage. But they see the value in it as well. And during that time myself, and I welcome my community, and you know, Nations 13 and my family into that. My mother and is also into it. So it was really a life-changing experience. I would never, ever not do it again, right? I would absolutely, like, if I was given the opportunity to relive that, I would. It was one of the best times of my life, straight hands down. And I can't thank the Hex community enough for that.
Nice.
So, and then of course I got banned off DLive, and but the Hexicans wised up, and they're like, you know what? They seen the bullshit, they seen the gatekeeping, they seen DLive doing the nonsense, and they didn't want to be a part of that. And you know what's interesting, right? If you just take into account, right, like BTT and their bullshit, right? I mean, it's whatever. This is their token, but they all started doing this crypto thing, right? And there's people on that platform that really don't know much about you know, crypto, but they're following this shit. You know what I mean? It's shit. But all the smart people left the platform. And I'm not talking about just Hexicans. I mean, you have, you know, again, like the people in your chat, even Boomer, he was a global partner on DLive, and he's seen it, and he's like, nah, I don't want to be a part of this no more. So, right, and it shows the level of intellect that you have in this community. And that's what I think a lot of people need to focus on, right? That you don't got stupid people here. You don't have people that don't know or don't do their research. People are talking about Hex, but these people are like your scientists, your doctors, your psychologists, your service people who served in the country. I mean, I know RG3 is in a really nice position himself. I mean, we are the leadership of this country. Right, of the United States. Sorry, I know some of you are from other countries, but of the United States, right? So we have positions to do really big shit, and we're talking about something that is being called a scam. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, but going back to my portfolio, then I got my job in my government job, or whatever. I still streamed. I went to Trovo, but now I'm on Twitch. I'm staying on Twitch. Yeah, I eventually got to a point where I got COVID. I stopped streaming for about a month and some change because COVID really fucking sucks. Don't get COVID, please. Take care of yourselves. And today is actually the day that I'm coming back to streaming. And I told RG3 this prior to us pressing the go button, that this is the vehicle to begin me being a Hex only streamer. So there you go.
Nice. Well, welcome to the streaming monkey game.
I know it all too well, bro. Like play the fucking drums.
We're like, yeah,
right.
You know, but or the organ grinder guy, right? The guy's freaking moving the organ grinder. Yeah, I mean,
I have one of those.
Oh, do you?
Well, not an organ grinder, but a little the Jack in the Box.
That's a little different. I'm talking about the one that guy has the pole with the box on it, cranks the music, and the monkey goes running with the tin can and getting money and all that shit.
Well, remember how we started the stream, right? It sounded a bit like this. Hang on.
There you go. Stream, little monkeys, stream.
Right?
Stream.
It's a real fucking grind, man. Like streaming is by far. I don't think you guys understand. Like if you're not a streamer, there is so much you got to pull out of your chest some days.
Oh yeah, and none of this is scripted. I mean, we get up here and do like 3-hour live streams, you know, unscripted live streams, and it's like sometimes like the last stream we had on Friday Night Hangout, and Friday Night Hangouts are usually like just. I love Friday Night Hangout because I like the pressure's off of me. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, everybody else is coming in and I can kind of like chill a little bit. It's Friday night, the week's over. You know, I did my Monday stream, my Wednesday stream. It's always like a panic to get a guest or get things going, you know. And DC's got his own thing going on now, so I don't have him on the weekday streams anymore. So it was like Friday night was just dead. Nobody had anything to say. It was just all this dead space, and it's just, you can just tell the energy was sucked out of it. And Bree, the Bree Fit Dance gal that we had on, she was great. She came on and she does her dances and stuff. She's kind of a Bitcoin. I don't think she's a Bitcoin maxi. I think she's a I've talked to her afterwards and she's like, you know, hey, it's great. Thanks for letting me on. And I'm really glad to start learning about other cryptocurrencies and stuff. So, you know, so it was great. And, but the stream was just like, it was cringe, man. It was just so hard to do and get through, you know, those ones. And then sometimes they're just great, you know? And so there's a lot of, you know, stress, and there's a lot of like, fuck, was that any good? Or, you know, did I do anything decent for the community this day or whatever? Did anybody get showcased or, you know, and then sometimes they just go great. But it is a grind, and it's like coming home from work and then getting there. Sometimes you're like late, you're just running around trying to get everything turned on and send all the freaking shit out, you know, and it's like, you know what? I'd really like to just sit on the couch and freaking wrestle with my 4-year-old or something, you know.
It's so much easier, right?
It's so much easier.
It's a part-time job. Actually, no, it's another full-time job because you need to like maintain your community, right? Like there's that factor of it, right? And it's, you know, you're like you said, you go home from work and you're just like, I gotta stream in like 5 hours or 4 hours. And now you're trying to find content and like what exactly is like favorable. And the thing is with Hexicans, right? Like they tend to have, you know, this, you know, need for a thirst for information, right? So they need that. And that's a big piece of it. And sometimes, you know, it might not be as loud out there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that was why we started the stream, because there was this need for information. And, you know, and Hexo was like every day this guy was streaming every single day. You know, he had the chat room to talk to, and he would put the chart up and talk about the news for that day. And he had the adoption amplifier and he threw that out there. And he's just a natural. He can just talk to people and have a good time. And, you know, but I saw some of the guys and gals in the chat rooms there that were just brilliant. And I'm like, these guys got to get on live streams, and people got to see who they are, you know? these guys need to be showcased, because the one thing, and I was talking about it when I first started the stream, the one thing that Hex has is amazingly smart crypto folks. I mean, they're just freaking brilliant, man. They're brilliant. I mean, right now, there's, like I said, there's this private kind of chat room that they're working out the details of the Pulse launch in it right now. And I mean, some of these guys and the shit that they're talking about in there, it's like, holy shit, man. They're so brilliant. And then on top of it, we have, Richard Hart kind of directing the whole thing. So he's getting nuggets from these guys, and he's putting it all together, and they're playing this hand. Like, I mean, it's a serious chess game. I mean, these guys are really laying it out there. This is going to be an amazing launch. Pulse is going to be, it's going to blow people's minds, man. It really is. This launch of this thing's going to blow people's minds.
Pulse is insane. So one thing that I always thank the crypto or the Hex community for is, ever since I got into Hex, I've been making money.
That's everybody's case, just to let you know. That's everybody's case. If you got in, you're making money.
Oh my God. Okay, so it all began from that beginning portion when I got fucking raided, right? And then, it slowed. Okay, it was going up and down. And I'm like, okay, I'm not trading it, right? And I got some liquid, and I'm just holding a bag of some liquid, for emergencies, right? You never know, right? And that's the only reason why I had my liquid, right? And I put maybe $600 into it. So anyway, so things were going, steady. We got up. Oh, we're gonna reach a penny, and we're at a penny, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, we're at a penny. And then we're like, oh, can we reach 2? And then the whale started selling off, and it went back to like half a penny. And then people were like worried, like, are we, is this just gonna go like this, or what is going to go on? And I'm like, listen, just believe in it, right? It's a long-term coin, right? You stake it and you forget it. Don't fucking trade it, because you're gonna wreck your shit, right? So, not financial advice, by the way. I don't want to get sued. Like, bro, you said not to do that. So anyway, as the time progressed, it just continued doing what it was doing. And then eventually the big payday, right? Big payday happened. Actually, that was before the Ascent. Sorry, it was before Ascent. But big payday happened. You got money for that. The cent thing happened. Then the 2 cent thing happened. And then the 5. And then the 6. And now that liquid Hex that I had that was like $500, I'm going to sacrifice for $6,700.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And to make it better, right? I am getting Pulse for all that Hex, right? That I was keeping for emergencies, and it's doubling my stakes. Are you serious? Is Richard in the business of giving money? I mean,
away for free, baby.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Holy shit! That was literally like when you guys rated my stream. It was like lottery. I won. My number was there.
Dude,
oh my God.
It is amazing. It is amazing. And being able to get in on this from the ground floor, and it's been worth every little bit of grind. I can sit here and complain about the grind and how hard it is to freaking, stream and all that, but it's really not that hard for what's happened. I mean,
imagine a Hex at $1. You're gonna have your fucking your legs up on your desk, like, who gives a shit about being professional at that point? You're like a multi-millionaire.
oh man.
Listen, you better invite me to your fucking yacht, bro. That's all I gotta say. I want to be there for that.
It's not a yacht. It's a fucking pirate ship. Don't ever get that wrong.
All right. You're right, Captain. We're going to raise the freaking...
the Jolly Roger's going up. Yep.
Oh,
man, I'm telling you, it's...
Can you
It's gotta
imagine?
be.
Can you imagine in Puerto Rico? You see a fucking Jolly Roger on a fucking thing going around the island. Oh my god!
I got my.
You got me with fucking makeup.
I've got my man cave all figured out how it's gonna be. Everything's working swimmingly, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But,
now, if Hexicans don't know, right? There is a Hex Dreams like Telegram group.
yes.
You should see some of the shit in there, man. It's whoo, people got like, you know, items, big ticket items.
Oh yeah, there's people buying some. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm doing some shopping. I'm looking. I haven't pulled the trigger. I'm not going to pull the trigger on anything until next year. You know, next year is when I'm going to start, you know, taking some profits and moving things off the table. And this year is a consolidation year. I don't have any stakes coming out, and I've set myself up so that I can be in Puerto Rico next year. So everything's long term and put away and staked out. But I am shopping. I'm not going to lie. I've been looking at, you know, I'm a Porsche guy, so I've been looking at the new 911 turbos and oh my god,
yeah,
oh my god. I mean, they're nothing special as far as looks. I mean, you wouldn't know this thing's got. It looks like a regular 911 Porsche. It doesn't look like anything special.
Would you get that Porsche if PulseChain parodies ETH? What would you get if you had that money?
You know, I really don't think that my lifestyle is going to change a whole bunch as far as money goes. What I'm going to do is a lot more travel. You know, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to take my family around the world and travel and
amazing,
you know, do that. I'm not going to I mean, yes, I'm going to get a car. Yes, I'll get a watch. Yes, I'll get, you know, I'll set myself up. But I mean, I'm not going to like have some crazy extravagant lifestyle. I mean, it's not, you know, I don't know. It's not that way anyway, I don't think, but it's not going to change a whole bunch, but I am going to travel. I'm going to go where I want, when I want, with who I want, and the style I want to do it.
Get away from wage slavery.
You know, that's what it's going to be. And
well, you don't have to put in paperwork at your job to say, "Hey, can I do this?"
Yeah. No, I'm gonna roll over instead of having to roll out of bed. You know what I mean? It's going to be like that. Identity Block says Kennedy Avenue in San Juan has a huge Porsche dealer. I don't know if I want my Porsche. Well, I guess I could have a Porsche in Puerto Rico. Why not? Right?
I mean, you're going to have, you know, a nice house. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of good security. So, I mean.
Yeah. No, it's the GT3 RS. Yeah, that thing is badass too, man. Those Porsches got a lot there. Well, there's a lot of aftermarket Porsche mods out there that make them even nicer. But yeah, the Puerto Rican potholes, that's the other thing I was saying. Like, you can lose a Porsche in a Puerto Rican pothole. That's how big some of these freaking potholes
really
are. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, they've got like big potholes, man.
Oh my god.
The car I was gonna pick for Puerto Rico was gonna be a Gladiator. I was gonna get one of those Gladiators and soup it all up, the Jeeps. It's like a little truck deal. But yeah, I heard they got freaking potholes like the size that will swallow a Porsche. So you got to be careful, Puerto Rico.
Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, don't lose a Porsche in a pothole. I mean, that's not sure how to, you know, get around that one, but hopefully there's ways.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm just poking around.
So while you do that, interesting fact about Goose Wayne, Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he took the Doge pill.
Oh no.
So he is now
he's really become your nemesis then, right?
Yeah. So one of my main things that I'm going to do is I'm going to wreck his streams. But not like, you know, but I'm gonna playfully do it, right?
Well, everything that we do out here is playful. I mean,
right. But at the end of the day, we're beating Doge, right? Our coin, right? This is the coin that the Joker's in, is beating the Batman's coin.
It's beating everything.
It is.
It's beating everything. Not just crypto. It's beating everything. Hex is beating the fuck out of everything, and that's no lie. And we're not done yet either. We're not done yet.
It's really a sight to see. Like, if you guys are not following Richard Hart on Twitter, you need to. Okay, because there's times that he does some savage shit. Like, I remember when we were like going up to like 5, 6, 7 cents. Even now, like, he's like, he still has a chip on his shoulder. Of course, I would, if anybody would. But when that was happening, he was saying shit like, "Are you not entertained?" Like, he's like, and he shows like a chart with all the red, like the entire like market red, bloody, and Hex is green. Like, he's like, "I have created this." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Oh, you're almost like blinded by his light. Like, oh my god, it was intense, man. If you guys were on Twitter that day, you guys would have known the power this man has. It's mind blowing. I wouldn't get it with in the ring with him as far as intellectual conversations on crypto goes. No way. You could keep that. I know when not to get into a fight like that.
Yeah, that's seeing all the bodies left behind him. I mean, nobody's taking him on anymore. Nope, they've all given up.
Bring your heroes here to die, right?
There were a few that clout chased and said, "Yeah, I'll go up against Richard," and they made themselves look like fools. There was a couple.
Richard McCormick like barely scratched the armor on him.
Peter, you mean? Yeah, Peter was.
Peter, right? That's it. What did I say? Peter?
You said Richard McCormick.
Oh, Peter. My apologies.
No, Peter's. He was way outmatched. He made a big mistake with that one. I mean, that was just.
It was a slaughter. It was literally a slaughter. I loved every moment of that.
It's good to even go back and watch it,
I watched it a couple of times.
Yeah, the second one's good too. He comes back on for a second beating. And then, that's when Richard, he made himself look bad the first time, and then Richard handed him his ass the second time. It was like, no, wait a second. I was nice to you the first time. This time you're going to get it. And he lit his ass up. But I wanted to go back to something real quick. So you were a no coiner other than BTT and all that stuff before. Well,
I just had BTT because it was part of DLive.
Yeah. So you were kind of a no coiner. You knew about crypto, but you weren't really into it until Hex, right?
Right. I mean, I got wrecked in 2017.
Oh, so you did get in 17 then. So
yeah. In 2017, I got wrecked by BitConnect. I was an idiot.
Oh, you were.
I was one of those. I didn't know anything about crypto. So, I mean, I wanted to get Bitcoin at $200. I did. I didn't know how to, and I didn't research how to get it. So I'm an idiot for not getting into it because I would have been very happy with probably the amount of Bitcoin I would have bought. But I only was into BitConnect and maybe a couple of others, like this one Dragon coin it was called, or they're worth nothing now, but it's like I was into that, and that's when I got screwed. But when you met me, I only had BTT because of DLive, really.
Gotcha. Well, what made you? Oh shit! I forgot. I just looked. We just got kicked off DLive. We've just been leaving the stream up there.
You got banned?
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
Oh my god!
We've never turned it off. It's just been on. I'm like, oh shit! I put it up there and it was showing our stream, and then all of a sudden it went clunk.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry, bro.
Oh no, dude. We haven't really streamed on DLive for a long time. So I don't know.
So they saw me and they just they turned off. They're still salty. You know how much money they lost since what happened?
Oh yeah,
they lost $23 million worth of website worth.
Oof.
And they're still losing like 250,000 a day.
Wow.
So I would ban me too.
Or anybody that plays you.
Right. Just ban the word Joker on your website.
Yeah, they shut us down. Oh well. There was only 3 people watching over there anyway. We just left it on,
Yeah,
but
damn it. I'm sorry. I should have told you that.
Oh no. Like I said, man, we've been waiting for that to happen for a long time, but they just never have turned it off. We just left it on the restream. We've stopped streaming over there basically. Now for sure we've stopped streaming over there. But yeah, we're just on YouTube and Theta.
You're doing real well on YouTube. I mean,
yeah, we're doing all right. We haven't had any problems over here. Everything's been good. So, it's what I'm really proud about. Discourse Syndicate is not really what we've got, but I mean, look at the streams that have come off of it, spun off of it, and all the streamers that have spun off of it, and they're just tearing it up, man. I mean, they're way better streamers than all of us here, man. I mean, Wells and Maddie and all those guys, they're getting like crazy views, and Motley and those guys, they've got it down, man. Those guys are just tearing it up, man. That's really awesome. Throwing out the hex information, and people just freaking love it, man. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud that we were able to help the community grow and get more people out there streaming and show their faces and put like a real face on crypto versus a lot of this stuff, that goes on out there with all of the clickbait stuff and the crazy looking, YouTube thumbnails and all that stuff. And our guys have just gone out and done it for real.
You know what's cool about this whole situation? Like, even in like what we're doing, right? Or even with, the other Hexagon content creators, we don't use clickbaity shit, right? We don't use these little fucking cheeky tools to like bring in an audience, like a thumbnail, like.
now I gotta admit, what I did was the other day when Richard was supposed to come on Friday, I said, could it be Richard's Pulse announcement?
but that's fine, because all in reality it could be, right? He could have announced it, so it has some plausibility.
We were thinking he was.
And we're still waiting. He kind of hinted at 7 days. It might be any day now, right? And that could be the case, by the way. It could be like tomorrow, right? That PulseChain, that it does the sacrifice phase. But what I'm saying is, like, we don't have to use these, like, like you should see some of these influencers on like YouTube, and they're like, oh, price pump incoming, or like they'll put like these cheeky titles that are like have no weight to it, and during their whole stream or their whole conversation in the video, they're like, yeah, you should check out my Instagram and my Discord. And it's like, guy, I don't hear anything about any coins. Like, you're not talking about the crypto fucking, market. And of course it's all and it's like literally oversaturated. Hex doesn't do that. We're not that used car salesman that's going to come up to you and be like, hey sir, hey, would you like to buy a car? Hey, come this way. You see this Honda? It's a 94. It's real good on miles. Like, we don't do that shit, right? Like, we tell you, piece by piece what's going on. And not only that, but you'll see, like Richard Hart or you guys here on Discourse Syndicate or Hexologist or anyone that usually does Hex content. They don't sell you. They tell you. They teach you. There's a difference between selling and teaching someone. And right now, the entire crypto fucking market is all about sell the fuzz, build a community. Look at this coin. It's the same as the other coin. It just has a different stamp on it. It's sickening. It really is. And Hex, literally, and I'm always going to say this, and even on my Twitter, I'm going to say it. I've been saying it on my Twitter. Hex and PulseChain is going to save your fucking bags. 110%. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter what crypto you're in. If it's an ERC20, if it's a fucking, a Binance Smart Chain, whatever. The fact is that shit is it's failing. It's failing. The ETH fees are disgusting. It's hurting all of ERC20 tokens because of the freaking fees. Okay, us included. And Richard Hart, he's like, you know what? Think about this. He's a rich man. His coin just went to 6 cents. You think he needed to make PulseChain? But he did it. You know why? Because it's a big fuck you to the mining, and he's going to proof of stake. So this way, those mining fees those fees aren't going to be nearly anything of ETH, and he's saving, and with the biggest airdrop in history, most of the ERC20 tokens by copying them over to his network. Yeah. I mean, he's literally the savior of crypto. If that's you should really think about that.
No, we have. I mean, this thing happens, and it's a whole nother ecosystem for crypto. No one's ever done this. So, I mean, it's bigger than it's the biggest thing that's ever happened in crypto, to be completely honest. Since Bitcoin launched, this is the biggest thing. He's freaking forking Ethereum, man, and he's putting everything over there. Nobody's done that. Nobody's done that.
Nope.
And nobody's done that with a product like Hex already on it. I mean, so he's destroyed any staking capabilities that Ethereum could have with Hex. Hex, hands down, beats anything that you can stake out there. Hands
100%,
down,
100%.
Beats everything. So their staking feature on Ethereum that's supposed to come out sometime, or you can do it now, but it sucks or whatever. You can't beat it. You can't beat Hex with it. And then he's going to take all of the technologies that are all the ZK, the rollups, and all the stuff that's there to make fees cheaper, to make things work faster, to be able to bridge all over the place to these different chains. He's going to do it. And it's all going to be there available. And, why people wouldn't use it is beyond me. I don't know why they wouldn't use it.
You're getting a copy of your tokens. I mean,
you know what I mean? I mean, you're getting once again, free magical mystical internet money, right? And right. It's being printed for you, and you make it valuable. And that's what's happened to all of crypto. Everyone's like, oh, how can you just print that? Well, people make it valuable, just like the dollar. The dollar's still, they're printing the shit out of it. And yes, we're seeing inflation, but people are spending it, and people are still calling it a dollar, and they give it value, even though, we can all look at it and go, it shouldn't have value right now. It's getting printed all to shit, but it does have value because people give it value.
I heard something pertaining to fiat currencies and dollar in particular. Apparently we're kind of rushing with inflation with them, right? With the US dollar. So an example would be, that's the buying power of the dollar is going to go down because of the inflation of all the money that's been pumped into the economy, right? So we're essentially on a clock, from what I'm hearing, that we either we're going to get more dollars per hex, but the dollar spending power is not going to be as high, but we're still, you might have to research that, but that's kind of economically going on. And that was a real, I guess, concern of a lot of people on Twitter. People were like, well, inflation's happening. What do we do? And it's just well, you collect more money, but it's not really going to be as powerful. Right.
Yeah. Well, crypto's obviously gained value, this year with all that money printing, because that financial energy moved into crypto, and look what it's done for it. None of that has been, weak value. It's dollars that have gone into it, and it's pumped it. Bitcoin's pumped, Doge is pumped, all these things have pumped. Hex is pumped harder than any of it. And, all of that, all those dollars that have come in have just made crypto stronger. And now it's a hedge against all of these things. And gosh, man, I feel I've got buddies out here in the real world that they're career iron worker, millwright guys. And they're the kind of guys that didn't have a lot of ambition to do anything entrepreneurial or invest. They've got their little pension plan or their 401k, and they go home, they drink a 12-pack of beer, and they get up and do it again the next morning. Those kind of guys, and they don't really, I've tried to talk to some of them about crypto and doing other things, and they're just not interested. It's just not their thing. But I literally just today.
What, is gold their thing?
No, they're not even that, dude. They don't even, they don't, these guys are just, paycheck to paycheck dudes. They're just like,
not to cut you off, but speaking about gold, I mean, I don't think that's even an investment, like a good investment opportunity anymore. So if
it's down 10%, I think, from 10 years ago. It's like freaking.
You chip off a fucking side of the gold bar that you have and give it to the grocery store, or like,
yeah.
How do you spend it?
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, if I would suggest to everybody to diversify themselves in all kinds of things, and I have, my whole life I've diversified myself into things, from collectibles to property to vehicles, collectible vehicles, those kinds of things. I've diversified myself. But nothing has made the gains that my crypto has made.
That's right.
Nothing. And that's been within the last, few years. Since 2014, I started, getting into crypto, and, even with the reckoning of 2017, 18, still did, decent. There was a nice little, bag there, and of course, making the right play by putting it in Hex. Hex had all of the fundamentals of the things that I learned about, as an investor in stuff. I mean, I'm not a big stock investor or any of that kind of stuff, but from knowing what a good investment looks like, Hex was finally that thing that looked like a good investment in crypto. It was like, it just had all the fundamentals of, it was long, it was like, it's not a short game. And it created this narrative and this atmosphere and this culture of, hey, longer pays better. And I mean, you got people saying, I'm putting my shit out 15 years. It's like, holy fuck. Nobody says that in crypto. It's like, they're waiting for tomorrow, right? It's like, this shit better pump by tomorrow so I could dump this shit, right?
Right.
I can't tell you how many Telegram rooms I was in where it was like, okay, tomorrow, this is the one that we're going to fuck over. This is the one that we're going to get in and we're going to get out. And, but that was never the narrative over here at Hex. No. Hex has always been a long-term, bigger pays better, longer pays better. Stake it and leave it and set it and forget it and leave the value in Hex, and all the right things are being talked about, and then of course, Richard's narrative about life itself and with the sci-fi books and all that stuff. It just created this culture of these very smart, very wise, beyond their years guys. I mean, all of these guys that I do the show with, they're all wise beyond their years. They're not your typical 20 something, 30 something, 40 somethings. These guys are really, the Hexicans are very, very intelligent. What's that?
I said, you just called them old.
I'm the oldest one.
You old mother.
I'm the old bastard around here. So screw all them.
Right? Kettle is calling, right? Call the kettle black.
But yeah, man, it was just, the narrative was just so much different, and it looked like something that was going to be good because of that. It's like, that's what crypto was missing. That's what it needed was somebody to actually say, hey, this is bullshit. This isn't what it was supposed to be. This is what it was supposed to be. And it was like, yes, I always was just waiting. The first time I ever heard of proof of stake was probably 2016, somewhere around there. I started reading about it a little bit. I'm like, fuck, man, because I knew what mining did because I had buddies that were like big time miners. And I was like, holy shit, the power that they draw, bro. Like small fucking cities of power these guys draw. It's like, I remember trying to help one of them look for some power. And we were talking about the freaking gigawatt shit that these guys needed. And they were like, the fuck do you guys want that kind of power for, you know? And they needed all this power. I was like, man, this is just inefficient. This is no bueno, man. This is not going to work. No way. You know, I always thought that, you know, proof of stake, when I heard about proof of stake, that's going to take over crypto. So I started like wanting to find proof of stake coins, but there weren't any real proof of stake coins. It was like, it was a scam everywhere. Everything, every proof of stake coin was like, yeah, give us your keys and we're going to stake them over here and we're going to mint you some, you know, rewards or something later on. When we get a wallet and all that, we don't have a wallet yet and blah, you know, all kinds of stupid bullshit. Right. But, yeah, it was about proof of stake and Hex did it. Finally, when I looked at what Richard's doing, I'm like, holy shit, this is a real proof of stake coin, a real one, you know? And it's been this guy's been the limit ever since.
You know what's interesting, right? So like, you know, certificate of deposits, right? This is something that's been a proof of concept decades ago. Right. And I'm a guy that like, you know, I'm a younger, like millennial that got into crypto. You guys heard my story. And I'm not really a financial guy, right? Like, I mean, I'm smart with like seeing trends and stuff like that and listening to smarter people than me. You know, again, as I mentioned the people before, and there's far others that I probably should have mentioned, but I can't think of them right now, that are smarter than me in this. Okay. I'm the hype guy. I'm the guy that parties with you about it. Right. But when it comes down to like, you know, noticing when something's working and understanding that it requires, I mean, especially now that the CDs are like not even 1% that you get back. Right. There's a better way to do it. And the better way to do it is through newer means, new technology such as Hex, right? It's cryptocurrency. It is the new kid on the block. The bankers fucking hate it, but we as Hexicans love it because it's decentralized. It gives us what we want at high percentage yields. And guess what? It's a proven concept, and it's a good way to get a nice buck later on, whether or not you're trying to make it rich, whether or not you're trying to save. That to me sold Hex 100%. It was one of the main factors because I was like, you know what? I'm looking to be financially free, right? Whether or not it gets me to be rich, I want to be financially free. I don't want to sit at my fucking desk all day, every day until I'm 65 years old and be forced into wage slavery. That's what it is. Okay. So what I want is I want to be able to get paid through my own money and travel the world like you, enjoy my family, spend time with my kid and my wife. That's what I want to do. Yeah. And Hex, in my eyes, will enable that. And you know what? If that's what it's going to do for you, if that's what you want, just always think, how would this make me an easier life later on down the road? Even if it doesn't make you rich, financial freedom is still very valuable.
Oh, that's really the key to happiness is financial freedom, because I always said it, you know, money makes you happy. How does that happen? Well, money buys you options. Options buys you freedom, and freedom buys you happiness. So money buys you happiness because it gives you options. And, you know, whether your options are, you know, Lambos and Rolexes, or, you know, just being able to walk away from that desk job and not sit there and get bitter at, you know, 65 years old and wither away and miss all the time with your kids and trade all your hours for dollars, or trade your spinal cord for dollars and all that kind of shit. You know, it gives you those options. And like you said, I mean, freedom is number one on my list, and all the other stuff is just icing on the cake. And we're really close to that right now. I'm not quitting my job, you know, because
you hear that RG3's boss? He's not quitting.
I've been in the situation before where I have made money. And on the side, my side gig started making money, and my side gig outpaced my work life. And I was like, okay, well, it's time to, walk away. And I walked away from my job, a very good paying job. And when I did so, within 6 months, my side gig went upside down.
Oh no.
And it was right during the big housing crisis. And
was
so
it 2008 or was it? Or?
Yeah, 2008. So that put me in a lot of trouble. I was in a lot of trouble at that time, and so we had to claw our way back out of it. And my family goes from, Cadillacs and freaking, trips, wherever they wanted to go, Hawaii and all that stuff, and, living the life to, hey, cars are going away. We got to try and keep the house. I got to go back to work and work 2 jobs and get us back on our feet. That whole thing. So dad being around all the time. So I made that mistake, and I won't make that mistake again, until I can secure, funds to make sure that my life is secure for a decade or so. Then,
at least for the rest of your life, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not gonna mess.
What are you, like 103 now? Like, I mean, you got like 10 more years.
Getting close. Getting close.
Hey, by the way, they're clowning on you in the chat. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, they always do. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Well, one of my favorites, because and this is one of my favorites that the reason why is because it kind of hits home when I was like, seeing you in the pictures that they were clowning on you in the Telegram where they showed you real short.
Yeah.
I was fucking dying, bro. they had him like he looked like a kid like hanging on from his like mother's arms. And children of the Grave said RG3 forgot his booster seat tonight. So it popped up, and I'm like, yo, Children of the Grave.
all I can say is that when we go to the meetup, don't be in a picture and be shorter than me. Don't be shorter than me, you motherfucker. I am not a tall guy, but I'm not.
Do you have that? Do you have that picture where they showed you like real short?
I don't know.
You gotta bring it up now, bro. Come on.
They'll send it now. It'll be here somewhere. Somebody will put a link in there. I'll pull it up.
Somebody needs to post it on Twitter. I will put it right here. If someone posts it on Twitter right now and asks me, I swear to God, I'll have it right here because I don't have the picture. I didn't save it. That's funny, bro. Like, and that's cool about the Hexagon community too. It's like we're fucking clowns. Like we're funny. Like the meetups.
Dude, the memes fly, bro. They fly. I mean, it just gets. It's all of a sudden somebody puts something up there and it just goes viral in the Hex community, and just they're funny. They're funny. They're smart. It's a great freaking community, man. It just really is. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. And then everybody that I have met, I met Bran, I met Timmy B, I met, Matt, Crypto Coffee. I've met, who else? Oh, geez, man. All kinds of them. Everybody that I've met has just been awesome. Just awesome guys. And then, of course, DC and all the guys here in California. Brissology, who, by the way, he's doing really good, guys. If everybody hasn't seen him, he's poking around somewhere. He had brain surgery, bro. I don't know if you knew.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he had a tumor. His eyesight started going kind of wacky on him. He's like, man, my peripheral vision's freaking blurry as shit. So he went in and get looked at, and damn, they found a damn tumor in his optical nerves or whatever, and they had to come in there and take it out. But he's doing good now. They got it out, and everything seems to be
doing better.
Yeah, he's doing better.
Well, that goes to the whole timeline, right? So I'm hearing a lot, and Hexologist says this quite often, and I'm sure you have too, from what I remember. Do things to increase your life, right? Yeah. So like these stakes, obviously they're 5, 10, 15-year stakes. I mean, if you're a Quattro Cinco like we are, then you would know that, you need to live that long, right? So don't eat unhealthy shit. Don't, like start like getting yourself like healthy and fit and that kind of thing. to help you live to that point so you can enjoy that money. Because what good is a steak if you can't, you can't enjoy
Nobody's on it harder than me, bro. Because I'm like, man, I gotta make sure. I went and got, I'm the VA. I do all my medical through the VA, and I just got some blood work done. Freaking cholesterol's through the roof, and I was like, oh geez.
Oh no.
And I'm not a big believer in the whole bad cholesterol thing myself. I think that there's other factors that make high cholesterol bad on you, but like smoking and drinking, and I don't do either of those. So I'm not at that high of a risk, but my cholesterol is high because my diet's really, I love when you don't have cigarettes and freaking booze and shit, man, it's like, come on, at least let me have my food, right?
Right. Yeah.
Now I can't even eat my goddamn food. Son of a bitch.
Bro, keto, man. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
a dietitian.
I'm an intermittent faster, and I run my macros. So I keep my, well, lately I just, the COVID thing got everybody in the house. Everybody got the case of the fuckets,
Yeah, I did too, bro. I gained a lot of weight. I gained like 15 pounds, bro. And I'm like, I can't do this. So I'm back up on keto. And it's really a really good diet. Like you get a bunch of energy. It's just great. Like really. I would recommend like researching it and consult your doctor first, right?
The keto thing.
Yeah. You'll lose a lot of weight.
I did keto for years and years and years. And then I just realized that it wasn't my healthiest option at my age because I can go keto. I put myself on like 20 grams of carbs for 2 weeks and boom, man, I'm like, I can drop 20 pounds in 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah. And you feel better. You feel a lot more
energy. You feel lighter. You got more energy, all that. But it's just the nutritional part of it is what I'm concerned about now. Because it's
you got to take supplements. That's it. Magnesium is one of them. You got to take, your multivitamins and stuff. So
yeah, B, D,
fish oil. If you fish oil, big one. Yeah. But I would go that, if you do go keto again, definitely take your subs,
Oh yeah. Hey, I like that. I'm doing this. There's a citrus fruit lemon that helps you with your cholesterol too. So I'm do that and then do oh my goodness, look at Silver dropped us. What is that? Is that what's that? A lira?
No, I think that's a pound.
It's a pound. It's a pound because he's from England. Thanks, bro. Truth bombs to financial freedom. Listen up. Great chat inspiration. It's up to you to empower yourselves and embrace risk as your opportunity to break the shackles. Yeah, man. I mean, oh gosh.
So true, man.
I've read every single fucking motivational book out there, entrepreneurial book, and all the positive attitude books and everything. And nothing when it came to crypto, all of that stuff, even though my mindset was, like Kareem's got that freaking mindset, that go get him mindset.
He is on fire, that guy.
and I've got the same mindset, but I didn't feel like I had to put all that into place in crypto and to make this work. It's like, I did my research. I said, okay, Richard's right. Richard's done a great job. His crypto is going to take off. And I got in. And it was like, I didn't really have to apply all of my positive energy into Hex, other than, the stream has been, that putting that positive vibe out there and everything. But I don't feel like it was necessary for me to do all that entrepreneurial work in order to make Hex, work for me. I just got in at the right time and place and staked properly. Listened to Richard and we played the system. We gamed the system, and we did really, really well. And he's gonna do it again for you guys. So if you're here right now, and you listen to all these guys streaming, and they're laying out the truth for you. They're laying out in detail what Richard is saying he's going to do for you. So it's about you actually taking the steps to find your place in this opportunity. which is cryptocurrencies, Hex, and now PulseChain coming out. It's up to you to figure out what your risk reward, what your risk tolerance is, all that stuff, and figure out how you're going to game the system, because it's all being laid out for you. Like I said, that chat room, these guys, I mean, since we started the stream, there's already over 100 freaking posts inside that chat room, and those guys are going at it. They're going to game this thing. Richard's going to game this thing hard, man. And believe me, you guys have first dibs at it. All the rest of crypto doesn't even understand, or they still think that Richard's trying to scam them when he's all really trying to help all of them. He's really trying to help Vitalik, all of the other ERC20s, Hexicans, everyone. He's trying to help everybody in crypto right now. And people are still going to like not look at it right and get left behind on this one.
That's crazy.
You know,
I don't understand that concept. I don't even understand why somebody would just, scam. Like, it's like, bro, like, have you even looked at it? Are you, what about it is a scam? Like, look at the charts, look at the proof. You're just impulsively saying something because it physically is hurting you to see Hex succeed because you didn't get in early enough, right? Yeah. And that's really what it's kind of mounting up to, right? And you're right, Hex, you don't really got to do shit. Just fucking buy it and hold it. That's it. Like, hold the Hex, stake it, wait for your stakes to mature, and then take your money out.
You don't have to run around with a positive mental attitude and motivate people and all that. You just literally just go in and figure out your position and what works for you, and get in there and stake your Hex or get your pulse or get in the beginning. I mean, how many opportunities do you have to get into a crypto in the beginning that is going to be solid? Okay, somebody's asking me like 3 times now, RG, are you Italian? Vince Primo, no, a lot of people say that because, so my mother is a French Pole, so she's French and Polish, white girl, lily white, and my dad is a full-blooded Native American. He's
I would have never guessed that.
No.
I actually thought you had some Italian. I'm half Italian.
Yeah, that's what everybody thinks of. I'm Italian, but no, I'm Native American and French and Polish. That's what I am. But for all of you guys who know, Iron Eyes Cody was Italian. You know who Iron Eyes Cody was?
No.
Okay, so, well, you probably don't because you're too young to remember back then. But back in the 70s, there was this campaign to clean up the water and the trash and all this, and they had this Indian man on the commercial, and he had a tear coming off his eye, and he was standing there looking at like all the trash, right? And so they keep flashing this Indian stand there looking at all the garbage, and it was like this anti-garbage campaign that they were doing, right? And Iron Eyes Cody was the guy that was the Indian. Well, he wasn't Indian. He was full-blooded Italian. And but yeah,
it's funny how that like, kind of.
Yeah. He was. Well, he's like in California. He was. We have powwows out here all the time, and he was like part of that whole culture back in the 70s and 80s. He was at the powwows, and like he was a full-blooded, Italian. But he was there, and he was dancing in the arenas and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Iron Eyes Cody was like a staple in the Indian community, but he was full-blooded Italian.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I really thought you were Italian, to be honest. When I saw that question, I was like, I could see it. I definitely could see it.
I get that a lot. But no, I'm not Italian. My wife is. They're my kids are. My wife's Italian.
Now, if you would have been like from like Brooklyn or like Staten Island or like New Jersey, I'd be like, yeah, right. You're not no Native American. You're Italian.
You're freaking giddy motherfucker.
What do you mean? Yeah, go take out the garbage, all right? Go take out the garbage.
No, man.
You see this fucking guy, huh?
You don't know guts, man.
Hey. And we really do talk like that. You should
No,
see my
I know,
grandmother.
man.
My grandmother is like this little like angry Italian woman with like an afro, and she goes, "Fucking shit," and I'm like, "Oh shit! Did I just piss her off?" Like, yeah, sit down and eat your food. And I'm like, "Oh shit!" You know, like, okay, grandma.
Yeah, that's the East Coast. When I went out, when I was out over in the Marine Corps, you know, I was stationed on the East Coast for a while, and all my buddies, they lived in New York and in Washington D.C. So we'd all go travel up there, and I, you know, I'm freaking. I got off the plane. I never even left California, man. I was a freaking surfer, dude. I'm a skateboard, my freaking board shorts on. You know, I was out there stationed in Virginia, and like, who the fuck is this guy? You know, and I got to meet all of those Italian freaking New York, all up and down the coast from freaking Boston. Oh, those guys are fucking hilarious, man. All the guys from Boston, holy shit, man. They're fun as hell. Man. And then I'll tell you another story. So we're on base, and there was these like straight up backwards ass North Carolina woods fucking guys. Like the guy's last name was the name of the county that he lived in. And yeah, like his family was the Warrens. He lived on Warren Mountain in Warren County, and he was Warren, and they're like, you know, straight up hillbilly motherfuckers, right? And so we're going out one night. It's Saturday night. We're going out. We're getting and we got this Ford Escort that one of the guys had bought or whatever, and there's four of us going, and we're all going to the nightclub and driving in the Ford Escort, and we're going along the James River out in old Williamsburg area. And I'm like, cool, man. And he's got cologne on, you know, the good clothes and everything, going out and going freaking hunting, right? And we come around the road, and they blind this deer on the side of the road, and they pulled up to the damn thing, right? And the deer's just standing there looking at the car. And I'm like, what the? Dude, I never even seen a fucking deer at this point in my life, right? And this motherfucker opens up the glove box and pulls a fucking gun out of the glove box.
My God.
And he goes out in front of the car and shoots this fucking deer, right? Boom! I'm like, holy shit. I'm sitting in the back seat, right? This little fucking, you know, the hatchback Ford Escort back in the 80s. And I'm like, what the fuck? And these fucking hillbillies go running out there, and they drag this deer, and they open the hatchback and throw the son of a bitch in the back of the Escort, right? And now all of a sudden we're turning around. Now we're going back to base, right?
Oh my God.
Oh shit. What the fuck? Now that's not the best part. So now I'm in fucking shock, man. I'm like, I guess this means we're not going out, right? We're fucking not going out, fucking clone on. The deer's not fucking dead.
Oh.
So the deer's in the back of the fucking Ford Escort.
You hear it like fucking rustling and tussling.
It starts, at first I thought it was just like twitching. Wow, this thing starts fucking kicking and fucking bouncing around and shit.
No.
Oh my God. So the guy's name was Wolf. So Warren was driving. Wolf was in it. Wolf grabs the gun and fucking leans over me, over the back of, he's in the front passenger seat, leans over me and starts blasting this fucking deer in the car.
Did you be like, yo, what the fuck? What are you doing?
I'm like, this is not fucking happening right now, man. This is not happening. And they took it to the base housing. One of the guys lived in base housing, and they took it to him, and they fucking strung this thing up in the garage, and we just got drunk in the garage, and they cleaned this thing. And I'd never seen anything like that in my fucking life, man. It was fucking.
Did they like blast a hole in their truck?
Dude, they were shooting holes in the fucking trunk of the fucking car and shooting this deer and just plugging it. I'm like, oh my God.
What?
I fucking couldn't hear, man. It was just blood everywhere and fucking fur and shit. And it was like, oh,
fur
smelled like fucking horrendous. Oh my God, dude. It was straight up like out of
like
Pulp
like
Fiction,
fur in your
man.
face or something like.
Oh God, dude, I was fucking mortified, man. I was like, these hillbilly motherfuckers, man.
Like the vision I'm getting in my head around. Gotta clean this other damn thing's fucking not dead. Yeah, give me my gun. Pow, pow. RG3 like, oh.
I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is it? Oh, he's leaning over me. Boom, boom, boom.
You got like fucking like fur in his face and shit. Oh my god, dude, that's hilarious. Like that's the vision I'm getting right now.
Oh, dude, and then we got to base housing.
Get worried, all right, I'll get my damn shotgun. Pow.
Oh yeah, they went and got Spud. So we go to Spud's house. This is no fucking lie, dude. Now, this is in the 80s. This motherfucker literally had a white suit in his freaking closet, if you know what I mean. I mean, these guys were like backwards ass, just crazy, you know. And they went to Spud's house, and Spud fucking hung the deer up and cleaned the deer. It's like, oh my god, man, these guys are just fucking too much, man. Too
what
much.
a day.
Oh man. Yep. I got a million of those.
Everyone in chat's like, did that really happen?
Oh, it happened, man. It happened. That kind of shit doesn't happen anymore, I don't think. But anyway, that Ford Escort got a lot of miles on it in those years that we were there at that base. That was quite the ride with bullet holes in the friggin' back trunk. Oh man!
Yeah, imagine like saying that story. What happened to your truck? Well, you see, there was this deer. It didn't die when I first shot it.
Oh man! Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. So,
yeah. Shit, well, now we're part of this, crazy crypto era. So
yeah,
these are like very like conventional times, like very crazy the way that things are just going. It's a blessing, really.
Yeah, I find it very funny that Elon has gone from the hero to the zero in crypto. Like 3 weeks ago, they're all over his jock, gargling him, and now it's like he sucks. Elon sucks so bad. Wrecking our bag. Even Sailor got up there and was like crying the other day, man. That was funny as hell.
Dude, David Spade, he got into crypto, and then he eventually said, all right, Elon, it's not funny anymore. Like, can you just stop? Because he's wrecking everyone's bags in that crypto and in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what's awesome about Hex, right? And this is one of the things that really sells me. That it's disconnected from the rest of the crypto market, right? So what happens in like down the block with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these other coins? Hex is like, I don't give a fuck. Like we're still staked, we're still doing our thing, so I don't care what they're doing, and that is a big deal.
The cool thing is that we really are connected. See, we're decorrelated from what is happening to them right now, but we are connected to them because it's going to be the safe haven. It's going to be the go-to in the bear market. And Hex is going to see a whole different value when crypto does hit the skids. And there might still be another pump here. There still might be another pump. I'm not saying Bitcoin's dead yet. I'm not saying that the bear market's here and that the bull market is over and all that, because there still could be some life in this deer here. And
he's in the deer. What a way to go full circle, right?
It might need a couple more plugs in the back seat before it's done,
Richard Hart's in the passenger seat with the gun.
That'd be a good meme. Bitcoin in the back getting blasted with got horns on it and shit. Antlers.
Oh my gosh.
But I think that like if you saw his Sea of Red the other day, he's like, the floor is lava, and it's like all of the cryptos were red, and there was a little green dot, which was Hex was in the middle of it all.
It was like that for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Like all the other markets were just falling, and Hex was like, still here.
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
It's like, what did Elon say? Don't care.
Don't care. We don't. And if the number one crypto is dependent on somebody who doesn't know crypto coming in and buying a handful of it and then promoting it, if that's your whole plan for adoption, then you've got problems.
Big problem.
You should rethink your marketing plan there, Bitcoin maxis, because if that was what you were depending on, that's sorry. That's a sorry, sad situation, because you have failed if that's what you were depending on. And now to see them all crying and screaming and angry about what he's doing is just another, you guys are really you're still going to sit there and call it the best thing. I mean, they're so confident in calling everything else shit. They're so confident in dismissing everything out there. And it just blows my mind that people that are into technology like Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is a cutting edge technology. Well, it was cutting edge 10 years ago. And it's the new technology in the world is cryptocurrency. And for it not to move forward and not to advance and not to be and things like Ethereum not be embraced is ludicrous. I mean, it's ridiculous for them to do that. And it's obvious because they've all got big bags, and it's obvious because their handlers have big bags and they need them to pump it, and it's a sad state of affairs for the world, because the world could be advancing so much faster if people were to take on adoption of cryptocurrencies and do the right things in cryptocurrencies versus all the shit that we've been dealing with for the last 3 to 5 years. It would be awesome if everyone would pull their heads out of their ass and move forward instead of continuously fucking holding up the 21st century. Guys, please, fuck, it's the 21st century. Can we please move forward? Can we please stop trying to go back to all these old ways and bullshit and things that the generation before me and my generation fucked up? Come on, guys. You guys need to take this shit, move it forward and make it happen, make it adopt. Don't let these people hold you back. Don't let these people stop progress. It's like Kareem and Maddie and Whale Stream, they're always talking about this, man. It's like, you guys don't understand that technology is here and that this is the best that there is to offer, and the math doesn't lie. And this is the best thing that finance has to offer. And they try, those guys lay it all out there, word for word, dollar for dollar, number for number, all the math's there. And they show it to everybody every single freaking week, 2 or 3 times a week. And, that's the kind of stuff that people need to be talking about. You guys need to get that shit out there and move it forward, and fuck these maxis, man. They are not going to be the future. Just because a bunch of them put money into it doesn't mean that they're going to win. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. And, they're gonna go out flailing is what's going to happen. And then financial energy is going to move from what they've invested in. They're not going to be stupid. They will eventually move forward, but they're going to try and do everything to hold it back so that they can get their freaking bags filled.
Well, yeah, it's all about their bags. That's for them. It's all about them.
Thanks, Nick Manis.
Yo, Nick, he's another one that's a really good friend.
He's one of your guys.
Yeah, he's a really
Thanks
good
for
friend.
joining us, Nick.
But yeah, I think that it's important to highlight that we are moving forward, and Hex is the new era. PulseChain is the new, pretty much the new Ethereum. It's a fork off Ethereum, but it's the new Ethereum.
What's beautiful is he beat everybody too. He beat everybody to the punch. So just like Hex, it's going to be there. It's going to be operating. Hexicans are going to get involved. We're going to be the ones that, early adopt and get the benefit of it. I mean, fucking, hey, crypto, we're making 40% APY.
Yes.
40%. And you guys are still sitting there acting like fucking dumbasses. Oh my God. Okay. So we beat you on that one. Don't miss this one. Richard is gonna eat your fucking lunch. He's coming for you, man. It's time for you guys to fucking join, because it's all gonna be sitting there and you're gonna have to join because nobody else is doing anything. Vitalik's not doing anything. Hoskinson's not doing anything. he's doing something, but he ain't doing nothing for you. They ain't doing nothing, guys. They're not coming up. All they've got is ads and a bunch of more promises. I've seen zero come out. It's just been promise after promise after promise, you know?
NFTs and all these different, BSC chain, and it's at a point where it's like, what is, this is not financial, it's not a financial market. This is a meme market now. Like, it's all about, giggles and laughs while people are just stealing your bags. Like, what, with these little fucking dog shit tokens, right?
Yeah. let me answer
that one from you, by the way.
The dog shit token. Let me answer a quick question in here. Where did it go? Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Pulse. And I only like to talk a little bit about it because we don't know what's happening, and the game theory that is being put into action right now is fucking advanced, guys. These guys, it's going to be simple for us. I'll tell you guys exactly what the breakdown is on it because I'm pretty good at dumbing things down. But once they put it out and I understand it, then I'll be able to tell everybody, what my play is going to be or how I'm going to approach it. But listen, so Slipinance, fucking names, you guys. So does a hex holder have to sacrifice their coin to get Pulse? You have to. So the sacrifice is just that. It's a sacrifice. And yes, you do have to sacrifice. Now, do you have to sacrifice hex? No, you could sacrifice another ERC20. There's going to be a list of, not just ERC20s, but there's going to be like Bitcoin and Ethereum, or not Ethereum. Ethereum is going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. So you're going to be able to free claim your Ethereum. So your Ethereum is going to be like 1 Pulse to 1 Ethereum. But that's really kind of a no-go as far as grabbing a lot of Pulse if you're looking to grab a lot of Pulse, because like ERC20 tokens or some of the other tokens that are going to be up for sacrifice, you're going to get like, and I don't think the numbers are exact yet, but I think it's going to be something like 10,000 to 1. So 1-to-1 or 10,000 to 1, sacrificing a token that's on the list is probably going to be more lucrative if you're looking to pick up a bag of Pulse. So yes, you do have to sacrifice. You don't have to sacrifice your hex. But just to throw a little game theory out there, hex is pumping since the announcement was made. I think Richard actually said, hey, it's coming in a week. We were at about 2.5, 2.6 cents. Now we're sitting around 4 or 5 cents. So hex has made a big pump since the announcement. Probably looking at maybe as soon as he comes closer to the announcement, you're going to see more than likely another pump. I can't be 100% sure about that, but the writing's on the wall. It looks like people are going to be wanting to get their hex to pump, so that the more hex it's bought, obviously the more pump it's going to get. So that's probably going to be the token to sacrifice. And if not, you're getting a 1-to-1 on all of your ERC20s. So whatever you have, your ERC20s, unless there's a couple of them out there that aren't going to make it. And they're just shitty assholes. They're not just, they're not just bad coins or whatever. They're just not going to make, there's a couple of them that aren't going to make it. But you're going to get a 1-for-1 ratio on the PulseChain of whatever your ERC20s are. So you don't have to do anything for that. So if you hold liquid hex, or if you have staked hex, that will be over on the PulseChain. If you hold other ERC20 tokens in non-custodial wallet, I believe that's going to be the prerequisite, then you're going to have those tokens over on PulseChain also. So long answer, no, you don't have to sacrifice your hex, but yes, you have to sacrifice. So that's how it's working. But there's still a lot of things being put into play that haven't been announced yet, and we're waiting on that. So kind of getting any deeper than that on it is,
That's way to put it, man.
For weeks, the whole Hexican community, we've been streaming it.
Right.
So that's
it's a great way. It's a great analogy, bro. I like it.
For lack of a better term, it's like
how does it go again? Yes, I fucking love it.
Oh shit!
Oh
So
my gosh.
anyway, man, we've been doing that all week, man, and it's it's fun, and it's probably giving everybody a lot of good ideas. What I like about all the speculation that we do is that it gets everybody's brains working as far as what the game theory is going to be, and how are you going to get in? How are you going to game the system? How are you going to position yourself right for this? And and Richard's always leaving breadcrumbs out there, and he's done a lot of work already and put a lot of information already. So if you do want to go the actual let's see, it is right. I want to make sure I get the name right on it.
Oh, you have another question whenever you're done.
Okay, hold on a second. Where is this damn thing? Oh, here it is. It's if you go to t.me/PulseChain.com, then PulseChain. Oh, I'm sorry, PulseChain.com. t.me/PulseChain.com. You can go in there and get all the information. They got the freaking voice chat going in there all the time, and they're all kinds of cool information flying around in there. But if you're like me and you're not like a big information capable guy, then you gotta weed out some of the don't go in there and confuse yourself yet, because right now it's all just a lot of speculation. So don't go in there and think you're getting the real info yet, because it's still not quite finished yet. So it's a lot of game. A lot of people are just kind of talking and speculating right now. So nothing real, other than the pinned messages. So you can go into the pinned messages in there. You click on the top, read the pinned messages. That's all the stuff that Richard has authorized. That is kind of like, what's happening right now. So that's the real stuff. And then everything else is just people talking and speculating and trying to work out game theory. So what was the other question you said?
So Danny Boy, he said, stupid question. No question's a stupid question. Not in this context. In the science field, yes, there are stupid questions, unfortunately. But is it better to keep buying Hex, but not to stake, so that I have some to sacrifice?
Let's see. So stupid question. Is it better to keep buying Hex, but not to stake, so that I have? Well, so Danny Boy, if you want Pulse, you want to get the most bang for your buck. Right now, Hex is pumping, and it looks like it's pumping harder. Now it's been going down. So has it stopped pumping? Maybe. I don't know. I think it's still got some more life in it myself. But if you were going to get something to trade for Pulse, the most valuable. So what is going to happen is it's going to be $1 value is going to be sacrificed. And here's how that works. So you are going to be making a political statement saying that I do not want to pay high gas fees anymore. Therefore, I'm going to sacrifice these ERC20 tokens, or these tokens right here, these Bitcoins or whatever. And knowing that I'm not going to get anything for it. And then if something is even issued to me, it's going to be at zero. So it really has no value at all. But I'm going to make a political statement, and I'm going to sacrifice my tokens. And that's what you're going to do. Now, if there is a marker that marks the amount of dollars that you put in, and gives you a 10,000 to 1 ratio of your tokens. And they're talking about the amount of time that you're going to have to do this is going to be kind of like a 33-day period. And maybe there'll be blocks of time. Maybe there'll be, time weighted average value going up as time goes on. And they're still trying to figure all that stuff out. But once you've sacrificed your tokens, then you may get X for X of Pulse. So an amount of Pulse per dollar at zero, worth nothing at that point, coming to you. So that's how it's going to work. Kinda. I'm sure there's going to be some changes. But yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people are doing. I've held an amount of liquid Hex, I actually went and bought some more Hex, and that's my play. I'm going to. I want some Pulse. I'm hoping to get some Pulse out of it, and if I sacrifice and I don't get any, I know that I was sacrificing because I've had it with Ethereum, and I just hope that PulseChain is better. And if that be the case, then at least we're going to have better fees and faster throughput and a place for hexagons to actually be able to use Hex, because right now it's kind of unusable over on Ethereum. If you wanted to stake daily, monthly, weekly, that kind of stuff, it's wow, man. I onboarded somebody today. He paid $230 for a trade.
Yikes.
Just a trade, man. Like it was just, it's just bad. It's just bad.
It's theft, man. Really.
It is. And it's funny to see that video. You seen that video of Vitalik?
Which one?
The one where he says that it's sick that Bitcoin is charging a nickel for fees.
Yep. Freaking, you should put him on caught in 4K.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man.
But I mean, it's built to do that. Everyone knows that Ethereum was built. If it pumps, if the network gets clogged, that's what it does. And they haven't fixed it yet. And
strategically,
it's been known for a long time. Well, I don't know if it would be stupid to think that they don't, that this is an accident, or that this is something they didn't foresee, or this is something that they couldn't stop,
Right. They certainly had some form of, they have some form of capability to fix this.
Yeah, and my
since
theory,
2018, no? Wasn't it since 2018? Like ETH2 was like supposed to be in development or whatever?
Well, yeah, he's been working on it for the last few years, but I mean, all of the technologies are there because Richard's putting them in play.
Right.
in a couple months, it's going to be up and running. And, all of those things are there. The technologies are there. They just haven't put them in play. And my theory is the miners. I think that this is a political move to appease them because they're about to get wiped. And so I just think it was a play to kind of give them one more, death throw of, I don't know. I think it has something to do with the miners myself, but that's just conspiracy theory, RG.
I mean, it sounds plausible for sure.
Yeah,
definitely not.
And we won't have that problem.
Nope.
We won't have that problem over on Pulse. There's going to be, validators, and those validators are going to be, you're going to be able to stake in those validators and be part of that whole, process too. So there's a few different, there's a DAO that they're talking about being put into place, and maybe a token for the DAO. Some of the things that I'm hearing, and that's a very complicated issue if you don't understand DAOs and whatnot. It's more of a governance type of situation. The DAO is, for making advancements and putting new things on the chain and putting, new technologies into play. The DAO has some type of a democratic input into how all that's done. Kinda, I guess. I'm not really 100% sure how DAOs work as far as their mechanics, but I know that that's the theory. They're a governance type of system. It's a government type of system, and you could put a token to it, and people can own it and have a big stake in it. And then there's the nodes or the validators. You will be able to, put into those and be part of that because it's proof of stake. So those coins that are in there are going to validate that node, and it's going to be, payouts for fees and those kinds of things for the people that are in those, or that stake with those validators. So there's that. And then of course there's the Pulse itself. And I don't know how the exchanges are going to go, what type of a system they're going to use, but like on the Matic system, they had it to where they had pools where you would yield farm. So there'll be a lot of that going on, which will be very cool.
Whatever happened to that system, the Matic system?
Oh, it's still there. It's still there. It's
Okay.
still there. It's kind of a scary deal going over there, but it's still there. I like this. Your explanation is okay, RG3. That's exactly what it's supposed to be, is just okay. I'm just giving you enough information so that you'll go find out for yourself, because it's David said, no way, RG, I'm a miner, and that son of a bitch Vitalik fucking hates us. Wait a minute, there's another one here too. Is there someone who knows this Vitalik prick who could have a private word with him like an uppercutters? I've already threatened him enough on. I think I better cool it.
The guy's he's a scrawny guy, man. He's like,
yeah, but I'm sure he's got enough money to have some big dudes around him. But anyway, I'm not worried about Vitalik.
right.
But yeah, so I'm glad my explanation is okay. That's what I want it to be, is okay, so you guys can go get your own information, and really nobody knows yet. But those are kind of the things that are going to be in play. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for Hexicans to actually make some money yield farming, being part of the market making system, which is the different pairs that'll be on Uniswap. Whether it's V3 or just, V2, you'll be able to go in there and probably, yield farm somehow. That's what I hear them talking about. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but like on the Matic Network, it's very lucrative. If you get in the right pools and you support those liquidity pools, they call them LPs, liquidity providers. You can make some pretty good returns on that stuff. So keep yourself educated on all that so that you can take advantage of it. So if you do get a good sized bag of Pulse, you can put it to work versus just holding it, because this opportunity is really about, if you look at what Matic did, where it went, and how it grew, and the people that made a lot of money in those LPs and doing all that. There's a lot of opportunity for Hexicans to learn how to do that and put a little bit of their pulse in on these liquidity providing pairs, and you're going to be able to pick and choose the ones you want to get involved with. There's going to be a lot of cryptos over here. They're going to start moving and shaking. And so keep your finger on the pulse of it. And for lack of a better term,
I was saying that, pun intended, right?
Keep your finger on the pulse and kind of know, what you can get involved in. And there's going to be some cool things happening over here for Hexicans, man. You guys are in at the beginning, you're in early, and I'm telling you, it's going to be exciting, because if Matic took off like it did, and all those other side chains taking off like they did, I guarantee you that Pulse is going to be successful, because Richard don't make shit, man. He don't make garbage. No. And he's going after all of Ethereum's freaking network. He's going for the whole freaking tamale, dude. It's
biggest
not like
airdrop in history, isn't it?
It is. It's the most exciting thing in all of crypto. Nobody's talking about it yet. And once again, it's probably gonna go off with a whimper, and then we're gonna do the same thing that we did with Hex. I mean, look at Hex. We went from nothing to now we're sitting at a nickel. Fuck you, crypto. Oh man. And the next is gonna be fuck you, Vitalik. We got you, buddy. But they're gonna be better off.
Stole your lunch.
Kissed your girl, took your bike.
Oh my God. Pushed you in the mud,
but it's actually, we're going to enhance Ethereum. We're going to help Ethereum by taking some of that traffic off of it, so really, I joke around and I say, fuck you, Vitalik, but we're really going to be helping them out, and we're really going to be just an enhancement to crypto. There's room for multiple chains, man. There's a lot of room here. You know, it doesn't need to be one or the other or any of that kind of shit. And, you know, and the maximalism shit is fun. It's fun to egg each other or, you know, rib each other. But, you know, Ethereum really did change crypto and advanced it, you know, so that we don't have to have this Bitcoin thing, you know.
Yeah, it made it such a different place.
Yeah, and it gave Hex a home.
Yeah. So,
you know, Richard would not have been able to do in the time that he did it what he did with Hex if it wasn't for Ethereum, you know. You know, he may have been able to do his own thing and then come out with it, but man, we wouldn't be in the position we're in. You know, nope. He launched a token. So it's almost
he probably would have made something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he would have never done it in this time frame.
No.
This bull market here, because, you know, just like the history of crypto went Bitcoin, Ethereum, you know, Richard went, you know, Hex, Pulse, you know, right. So it's really the two better of those two things. You know, he made a better Bitcoin and he made a better Ethereum now. Well, we have yet to see, but I'm sure it is going to be better because, you know, like I said, Richard don't make shit. He doesn't make garbage.
And he looks for the better solution too. He's smart enough to know where the cryptos are failing, and he makes it just that much. Like he literally does what their devs should have done. Like, yes. Because their devs and you know what? I'm going to say it. They don't have the mental capacity like Richard does. He thinks different. You know, he's an athlete in the crypto game. These guys are like, you know, maybe some like college football kids. You know what I mean? This guy's in the NFL. That's Richard Hart.
Yeah, and I know we got to get you to bed here, but I want to throw one more shout out to. I don't want to dox the Telegram room because they were so kind to actually let me sit in as a fly on the wall, but. You know, Crypto Contrarian, Gunter, who else? Long Vacation, Josh, who else is in there, man? Those guys are just tearing it up in there, man. You guys really impressed me. You guys are freaking smarter than hell, and keep it up. Not only is Richard Hart smart, but he's got a team of guys just in the community alone that are just freaking absolutely amazing. They're just killing it in there. So hats off to those guys. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up, because you're going to make something amazing. I know it. All right, bro. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out and laughing with me.
Well, thank you for having me there, RG3. It's always a pleasure, my friend.
It's been fun, bro. And good luck on your stream. And of course, you know, we'll promote it and help you out with it and all that. And going full-time crypto, guys. And
yep. Thank you for being the vehicle to that, right? To being a 100% Hex stream. And by the way, it's going to have a Joker flavor to it, okay? Like I'm going to eventually make fun of fudders and people who talk shit about Hex, and we're going to do it in a fun type of way. So stay tuned to that.
Right on. All right, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday. I think I'm going to get Silver to come on with me. I'm begging it, man. I want to get Silver on here and come hang out with us. And then we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thanks, everybody. Joker, take care, buddy. We'll see you.
You too. Take care.